All right, so let's wrap this up. We know that existentialism is about our existence, about the fact that we are responsible for our existence, and that depending on who you look at philosophy wise, we are either in despair because of that, but all this responsibility is too much for us. We always make the wrong decisions. We know that we can't do everything perfectly. And instead of a despair that crushes us into the ground, we turn to a higher power. Versus what we're going to be looking at next week with Sartre. There's a lot of despair with Sartre. But there is also a strange bit of hope that Sartre puts in front of us as well. That yes, we have this crushing responsibility, but also, we own what we do. We own the things that we have done. They are ours and ours alone, and nobody else can take credit for them either. So when good things happen, when good things come out of our actions, they are ours alone, right? Sartre will tell us, right, that Kierkegaard and his existentialism is perfectly fine, but that if you're doing everything because you're really trying to serve a higher power, are you really doing it for the good of humanity? Or are you doing it because you want a reward? Right? It's a paradox, and it's a tricky trap to fall into, right? This idea that, well, am I only being a good person because I'm hoping for the reward that comes at the end? Is there really a truly selfless action? Sartre believes that through existentialism, right, without the tenets of religion attached to it, we can get to that, right? We'll talk more about that next week. No need to put more into it right now than that. But remember that our existence is our responsibility, and that we affect change in our lives. Right? We're movable and free will driven people, and that comes with a lot of challenges, but it also comes with a lot of freedom, right? That we don't have to look around and say, well, we're stuck, right, in our location and we can't change anything about us. We can, right? So that's the number one thing that existentialism is going to tell you, is that you can do stuff and you are going to do stuff, and when you do it, right, you're responsible for it. So now we know, right? How do we know if we're alive? Making decisions, right? How do we know that we are in various stages of life? Well, look around you, right? Do you find yourself doing more for yourself and pleasure, or do you find yourself doing more for those around you, right? And again, right? No judgment. That's perfectly fine. Either way. But know that, right, when we talk about stages of life, when it comes to Kierkegaard, right, we are aiming for that higher stage, that religious stage, and that leap of faith. We are going to talk next week about the idea that Sartre also suggests that there is the idea of a leap of faith. It's a little bit different than ours, but that there is such a thing, and that it's possible to figure it out, right? This concludes this particular section. If there are more videos that follow this, it's probably because I have either realized I forgot something, or I've got something else that I really need to tell you. So I might see you again, but otherwise I'll probably see you next week. Make sure, of course, that you're looking through all the stuff that we've got on the web, right, that you sign that syllabus statement, because that syllabus statement is going to give me some way to sort of say that you are participating in class, that I can give you grades. So there you go. All right. Talk to you soon.